So I learned about it through going through our statewide convention of other teachers that do what I do. Probably 16 years ago at the Worcester DCU Center. I walked in, I saw this guy in a padded suit, and I saw this woman kind of doing a demonstration, and I was like, wow. Once I finished the training, which took about 1.5 years of my own time, I was ready to teach it, and then apparently this group got together and they said, well, I don't know if we want to have this here. The content is a little questionable. We're not going to have that. They said, but you can teach it after school if you want. Mm-hmm. So I resigned from the school district.
I heard it was a self-defense class, and it just seemed very useful because I don't really know any self-defense. Like a lot of my friends thought that I could fight, and I really can't fight.
I don't really speak much when it comes to like having problems with people. I tend to just keep things for myself. So I thought this class would help me like open up more and be able to have voice more.
I wanted to be able to travel as a woman alone when I'm a bit older in places all around the world, and I know that's not the standard seems to be that it's not always safe.
So it's really just goes beyond self-defense, although that kind of is how the class culminates.
At first I thought it was just going to be this defense class for girls, like it was just going to be, and really I thought it was going to be for girls, so they could protect themselves in a dangerous situation. It sounded, useful, great, but I had no idea that it was so much deeper than that.
I saw my first one when I was a freshman, and I thought it was pretty scary because I sat in the front row, so I heard some of the things that they were saying, and I just felt really uncomfortable. I felt uncomfortable to the point where I had to actually leave the gym because I didn't like what they were saying.
It was a little shocking, right? So, they say and they do some pretty real stuff. We know it's a safe, controlled environment. You're in school, but you don't expect to hear and see, and the guys are really aggressive as they need to be to make it meaningful. I hear the kids talk about it afterwards. They don't feel like they're in a simulation when they're doing it. It gets really real. They get sincerely scared.
When I saw it myself, it was scary, but I thought it was also pretty impressive too. And it was cool to watch, even though it was kind of difficult at some points too.
So we did a drawing activity where I was first facing the board and Julia couldn't see, and I had to describe to her how to draw what I was looking at. And then we switched places, so then we both flipped around and were back to back. And so I could see the board, but she wasn't facing the board, and I couldn't see what she was drawing. And I had to describe to her what to draw without her looking at me or looking at the board. Communicating and being able to see another person is really, really important, and also that you have to be really clear when describing things. You can see body language, and that's an important skill to have, to be able to read someone to potentially get you out of a dangerous situation.
And then roll up on the count of 8. 1, 2, 3.
So it's really nice when you have leaders in the class, and part of the reason sometimes I have to find them, but sometimes they just kind of happen. And there are a lot of kids in this class that take classes together. It's all upperclassmen, and I wanted to just break the ice and then to have some fun.
Tap somebody on the shoulder who you would want to star in a TV show with. Yeah. Tap somebody on the shoulder who you think has a secret life.
So that was what today was all about, and I had a couple students that were willing to just say, yes, I want to lead the class, and they're in some acting classes together. So whenever I can step aside and let the things happen naturally with the students themselves, it's totally a bonus. And just make it an atmosphere where people are going to feel safe and comfortable, because we're going to be moving into pretty soon some really serious content. So trying to kind of build it where it's fun and safe and people feel comfortable. And it's always better when they lead it themselves as opposed to me leading it. So, as much as possible, I like things to come from them. What the students are doing now is they're reading. We go down to the library and the students choose a book of their choice.
Usually it's a teen book that deals with possibly some of the issues that are addressed in the class, like relationship violence or depression aggression, things like that, things that teenagers might encounter. And it's another way for the group to bond as a group. So it's almost like a reading circle. They all read their books, and then they come in and talk about the books, and it helps them dig into some difficult issues and start having those conversations about tougher issues.
And it helps start some of the difficult conversations about the content that we're getting ready to move into.
And there are 13 tapes, hence the name 13 Reasons Why, and there are 13 tapes of 13 reasons why she decided to commit suicide. And there's 13 different people that she blames for it, and so she explains it on these tapes. So Clay pops in the tape one day, and he all of a sudden just gets engrossed in Hannah's life story, and he realizes that his name is on one of the tapes, and I'm not going to tell you why. If you read this book, you have to be prepared to cry. I'm warning you.
I read Sold by Patricia McCormick. And so the basic story is about a young girl, her name is Lakshmi, and she lives in a rural village in Nepal with her family. And there's a big monsoon and her family falls into really tough economic times. And so her stepfather says that they're going to almost like sell her into being a maid for a woman at a place called, I think it's like the Happiness House. And it's in India, so they send her to India. But when she gets there, she realized that her stepfather has sold her into prostitution.
In my book, it actually discussed, there's this idea of telling a kid that they're ungrateful. Jay is told by his parents that he's throwing away his life, everything they've worked for. He is so lucky, he has all these chances. And I feel like telling a kid, especially a kid who's going through something hard, that they're ungrateful, that they're misusing their privilege. It's very hard to hear that going through a tough time.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that you would read in a gym class. That kind of surprised me a little bit, but I did enjoy the activity. I really liked the discussion today. I liked learning about what other people had to kind of say about their books, and it was really interesting to hear opinions that even if I'd read the book, I might not have had myself.
So what went on today, the bells were brand new. I got them. I thought, I always try and start with some sort of an icebreaker and just have a little fun to bring us together. So it was music, it was, making sounds, working in groups, and that's why I keep going, let's finish.
I let the team down.
That was really the point of it. And then just moving on and learning more in our progression of our physical skills.
And move in. And yeah!
Starting now to get into more, bringing stuff to the ground, so getting into talking about positioning and words and language now as we're getting nearer to, getting ready for our retreat and getting a little bit more into the curriculum. I like to have a balance of doing something fun, conversation that's related to the class, and then a physical piece to the class, so it just doesn't get boring and bland. So kind of to break the ice, we're just going to throw words, phrases, topics, subjects that might be triggers for us, might freeze us up. So let's just throw words out there that are used to dehumanize us, disgust us, make us feel awful. Slut. Whore. Bitch.
Definitely cunt.
Cunt. That's a yucky one, isn't it? So we haven't gotten into yet, but when we talk about this, we do differentiate between situations that involve familiars, people we know. It could be somebody that we're romantically involved in, or it just could be somebody that we casually see at work, at school, on our team, a neighbor. So those are all in the same category we call familiars versus non-familiars, people we don't know. And again, just to reiterate, what's the one that's more likely to happen we know statistically? Familiars.
The project today was to make a skit of a conflict or confrontation that we might encounter in our own lives. So not so much a case of dating violence, but maybe a case of an argument between peers.
So the whole point of this is just trying to bring in realistic situations that happen in our everyday life or not so everyday life, and how do we deal with it, and maybe what are some strategies that can help if we can come up with something.
My mom's calling me. I'll be right back. Hey, Mom. Yeah, practice ends at 4. Can you pick me up? Okay, I'll see you there. Where the heck is my water bottle? I know I just left it right there. What the heck? That's my favorite water bottle. I need... Julia, did you take my water bottle? Is it this one? This one's mine. I have a list just like it.
No, I know for 100% fact that that's mine.
Really? Are you sure?
I'm 100%.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Please give it back to me.
Are you kidding me? Are you think I stole your water bottle?
Yes, I know.
I would not do it on purpose. I promise.
Okay, Juliet, that's my water bottle, and it's my favorite water bottle.
Okay.
So I really
Okay.
appreciate it.
Fine. Have it.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.
I played a large role in that.
Questions, anything you want to add? Yes,
My friend's phone got stolen.
There's been a lot of thefts lately in the locker room.
And it's so annoying because now we have to lock our stuff up.
Yes, yes.
Maybe you shouldn't leave your iPhone 6 laying around at the same time. Like, not saying people should steal, but at the same time, like,
No,
just...
but I feel like I shouldn't have to worry about my water bottle being like
yeah,
sitting on the
obviously.
ground.
We just kind of talked about like conflicts that we've witnessed, and we settled on working in a group project because that's a conflict that I think a lot of students have come across in their lives. So we thought that it would be really relevant for most of the class.
I can't believe this. I mean, what the fuck, you guys? I have been doing all the work. This was assigned 3 days ago, and it's still due this week. Come on.
I mean, you haven't really let us contribute like at all.
Well, you guys literally haven't offered anything. What is this, freshman year?
Well, I mean, I don't want this project to look like a freshman did it, so.
Well, do you have any suggestions? I'm listening.
We've had suggestions and you've shot them down right away.
Shut up. I am just trying to get this done.
Sometimes it's just easier to talk to the people first about what you think might be incorrect, and then like talk it through with them rather than just changing things on your own. Because if there's a lot of communication, it makes it easier and there's less fighting and pent up anger.
With a familiar, first thing you say is, it's just say, John, what are you doing? You're squeezing my wrists. John, you're hurting me. So you're going to use the name and name the behaviors. You're together, in the moment it's feeling good, you say yes, but then you know what, 5 minutes into it, you decide to change your mind. What are people's thoughts on that? So when they come in and the kids are kind of getting ready, and we kind of go over maybe if there are students that we need to have an extra eye on. So I have had the privilege of having a social worker in the class with me through the semester. So these are people that volunteer their time. So Lindsay Yamaguchi and Chris Horgan were 2 social workers that volunteered their time in their schedule and spent time with me in the class. So they get to know the students as well. So I'm just letting the pattern instructors know some students that have potential histories, possibly any issues that are important for them as teachers in the class to know about. And we also just come up with little codes to ourselves. If we need to take a time out, we kind of step aside, and that's all.
are you getting these moves in your body, which is where you want them. You don't need to think about it. You guys are doing great. You're hitting really hard. This is awesome, huh? Sorry. No, oh, just, we have the gear. You hit as hard as you can. Like you're not hurting us. You're just like in the gear. When I get hit, I'm like, man, I'm so glad I have this on. Because without the gear, somebody would get hurt.
I didn't think there was going to be this big of an adrenaline rush because we were just like practicing for it. And I've been in the self-defense class before, but I've never actually like done the contact like action with the person. So it was definitely really different for me.
It got easier and harder as it got on because it was like, okay, like you got more of what to expect, and then like, but also every time they like added stuff, so it was like you kind of didn't know what to expect at the same time.
Because when I first started, I thought I was going to be like really like up there, like really aggressive, like I could do it and like no problem, and then I get up there and it's like really like shut down, like nerves wracking, like I don't want to mess up. So it felt really nice being able to have like a support system around too.
I think I did pretty well overall for the first time. I didn't think I would be this, like, I feel this powerful.
Every time I talk about this, it's, I get emotional. So Rachel I had at North Junior High School in Brockton, where I started my career, and she's just over the years, I've been teaching almost 25 years, you have people that kind of stand out in your mind. So maybe because this was really early in my career, I had her in class and I also coached her, and then I went on to the high school, and I had her at the high school as well. And she just, beautiful smile, just goodness exuded from her. Fast forwarding, I had left Brockton High and went to teach at Medfield. It was July, I believe, of 2004. I had come home from vacation and I looked at the front page of the newspaper and there was this murder-suicide. And shocked to learn that it was Rachel. And I had missed the funeral because we'd been away. So it just stuck with me. It just stuck with me because there was an opportunity probably a few months before. I saw Rachel out at a store, and I remember we made eye contact with each other. I've never actually told this story. We made eye contact with each other, and I saw her with her boyfriend, and we just kind of said hi, and he was there, and that was it. And so Christmas, the week before Christmas, I just felt like I needed to go see the family, and I had went out and I got this wreath, and I was really nervous whether I was doing the right thing, and I drove up to their house and I sat in the car for a little bit trying to kind of just like gear up and think, what am I going to say, but how do you plan for these things? I knocked on the door. Her sister answered. I immediately started crying, and the only thing I could say was, I'm sorry. And so we started an award in her memory. It's evolved. We have this plaque at the school. Impact gives a scholarship at the end of the semester for students to take advanced training. Rachel's picture is on the bulletin board. We wear a shirt, and at the bottom has Rachel's quote in her memory, and now her parents and her siblings are a part of almost every graduation. So for whatever reason, it's allowed probably for a little bit of healing for people, but at the same time doing some good. And what I always say, the irony is that Rachel wanted to be a teacher. She always wanted to be a teacher. She is teaching now.
Harder. Kick. Good. Swing.
do. You want to say kind of what you were doing as
Yep. I'm sure Ms. Brophy has gone over this. We'll reiterate. This move that we're doing is not to be like, you're my dolly. No. We're making sure you're not resisting here, which is natural, all right? Resisting. If you're struggling here, he has got the advantage. He's probably stronger. He has leverage. His body weight is bearing down. Also, worst case scenario, this really sucks. If you're fighting and he feels like he has to subdue you, this sucks a lot more. Relax here. You will get your opening. When it comes, eye strike, this is a groin strike, and then
potentially?
Yes.
I think that was everything, right?
That's it.
Okay. All right. Let's bring it in. Okay. So full attention to the person on the mat. Very low level, just giving instructions. Breathe. Wait for the opening. Hit the target. Hit it. Get away safely. Stand up. Look. Assess. Report. All right. Right foot in. Together. 1, 2, 3. Together. Left foot. 1, 2, 3. All right. And we're standing here. Everybody is standing. Woo. Woo.
What the bitch? You awake? Good. You don't go back. You don't go back. Don't go motherfucking back, bitch. Don't fight me. You're fighting us. Are you gonna fight me? Huh? That's good. Out the fucking way. What you? What? What do you think that's for?
I became involved because my daughter was played soccer with Miss Brophy at Brockton High and North Junior High and Brockton High, and she started to honor memory once my daughter was murdered.
So we're very personally involved in this because of what happened to my sister. And I've heard about the program, but for me to actually see it live and see the girls be empowered and actually take down an offender is really huge for me, because I wouldn't want anyone to ever go through that loss or through one of those situations. So I think she's doing a fantastic job, and I wish it was everywhere, because I deal with the opposite side now.
And then when cops show up at your door, detectives saying that my daughter is not in good condition, and I had to rush and go to Mass General Hospital to say goodbye, basically, and that tear a mother apart.
Rachel was like a gift, in a sense, and I miss her every day, but she gave me my purpose in life, and I help people through hard times now. So I feel like she's with me every day anyway.
Does it make you feel better to see these girls get this training?
Oh my God, it makes me feel so good. I feel like they're one of my sisters in there, like just fighting for it. So I feel proud of them. I don't know, it's like a strange feeling from within, just seeing them conquer it, and then afterwards still feel like, they can do anything.
All right, so for all the parents that are here, especially the parents, I'm going to just have you right now take a deep breath, okay? Breathe. friendly meeting that has somebody up here that you're really concerned about, I'm not going to lie, this is hard to watch. Okay, we're putting them through worst case scenarios. Know that they are prepared, they are strong, they are capable. They are taught to filter out whatever filter is coming out of these characters and to be strong. Okay, so when you feel yourself, we're going to be talking to them all day about breathing. Okay, you're going to see legitimate reactions to this stuff. The reason this program is so effective is because of the characters. You're going to hear F-bombs spawn. You're going to hear a lot of gross, disgusting stuff that unfortunately happens in real life situations where people are trying to intimidate and use power and control over another person.
Great. Together! 1, 2, great. Stay standing, stay standing. You're getting too close. I don't know, you're getting too close. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You're getting too close.
I got you, girl. What's up now, huh? I got you.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. He attacked me. Call 911. Call 911. Drive!
I mean, I knew it was a defense class, but I didn't know it was going to be as intense as it was when I came.
It's a Title IX issue, so it is open to all genders. And unfortunately, because of the nature of the class and what people just see on that graduation, it's kind of been tabbed as a girls' class.
At first, I didn't want to be in the class because I was, at first, the only African American in my class and the only boy.
Through the years, you know, we do get boys once in a while, and whenever they do take it, the feedback and what they learn is just as powerful than the response from the girls that I hear.
When I walked into a room, I thought everybody was just going to look at me and be like, why are you in here? But it wasn't like that. It was like welcoming.
I've had some that might be more susceptible to bullying or victimization for a lot of different reasons. I've had some take it probably because they want to be in a class with all girls, I'll be honest with you. And I've had some there just because it's credit, and it's the only thing that fits in their schedule. But any of the boys that have stayed in the class through the duration, like I said, it's always been totally positive, and they've learned a lot.
I've been in like a couple of fights, and it's like, okay, like, what do I need this for? I'm just gonna do it just to get my credits. Especially at the graduation, I finally like this is not just a self-defense class.
They get a lesson maybe that they didn't expect. They get an appreciation for what it feels like to be on the other side.
Like me, I used to be that type of person that would like always like, I wouldn't use my words. I would just, if somebody was to like call me out of my name or anything, I would just start fighting. But now it's like, now I know how to like verbally handle situations before it gets physical.
I just feel so empowered after doing that, and I feel like I was one of the girls who got the surprise attack, and the adrenaline was really high, and I felt like I can really defend myself if I was ever in that kind of situation, because I know how to control my adrenaline now.
They're speaking to you and even whispering, and people in the line can't even hear and so it just feels super real, and you have no idea what move they're going to pull, and so that really put me in that place. Yeah, it was intense. It was incredibly intense, but I've also never felt more strong.
This day went by super fast. It was weird, but that was really fun, and I'm glad I know all that now. And I didn't think that it would like be as like in my muscle memory as it was, but it was, and that's a good feeling.
For me, I agree with everyone, it's empowering for me, but I also feel like it's important for my mom to see that I am capable of doing this, because she's a worrywart, and so I almost can put her worries to rest a little bit.
I have been afraid to take this class forever. This is one class my mom said both my sister and I had to take before we graduated. And I am so glad I did it when I did. I absolutely loved the class, and just having done that with everyone, like having grown from like being complete strangers to supporting each other so much out there was so empowering and such a positive experience.
All right, so I look forward to celebrating now afterwards. Those going to the boat cruise tonight, have fun. Let's come in and do one last.
Not too much fun.
1, 2, 3. Left foot. 1, 2, 3. Right.
I would say that it has kept me in teaching as long as I've been teaching. It gives me a reason to go back every semester, let alone, every year. It's probably the one thing I can say where I can see that I'm making a difference, and in that respect for me makes me feel that what I'm doing as a living, my job, is making a difference. And yeah, I'd say that's what's changed me.